which is your view about the European equity market?
Good afternoon. We think markets have been volatile and have been going down sharply for two main reasons. The first reason is a realization that growth rates globally are going down and in some cases converging towards zero. So we were used to Chinese growth being kind of high single digit, and this is now going down. But it's also, growth rates are also going down in the US, and that's been a big change in the market, and that has impacted the growth rates for our companies, but also oil prices, of course. The second reason for markets to be very volatile is a change in monetary policy, especially in the US. So the US central bank is now becoming in a tightening cycle as opposed to a more accommodative cycle. And that historically has triggered lots of volatility in the market. We think that as long as these two ingredients don't change, the market will remain challenging. But we also think that should we have better news on this front, the market could start rising again.
So which are these opportunities?
In this context, we favor companies that have a strong ability to sustain returns on their own. One of our favorite holdings at the moment is Ferrovial, which is a Spanish company, owners of assets including Heathrow and some toll roads in Canada. And to give you an idea of their pricing power, Ferrovial was able this year to raise its prices by 10% in January. And we think that makes the investment case extremely attractive when a company is able on its own to raise prices and to guarantee some revenue increase, especially when you think about such a kind of difficult growth outlook. So Ferrovial would be kind of the typical company that we would highlight. But I think we also should remain open-minded about the European recovery. So we're still very positive on Intesa Sanpaolo. We think the Italian financial sector is under pressure, of course, but we think that the dividend promised by Intesa CEO will be paid, and that would mean that the company would be on very attractive yields. So a nice mixture of global leaders in terms of pricing, such as Ferrovial, but also a European recovery story, such as Intesa.
Which is the investment approach of the fund you manage, and what's the name of the fund?
On the Pan-European Focus Fund, we use the Porter's Five-Force approach. That approach was developed by Michael Porter, a teacher at Harvard in 1979. And what we do is we look for each company at its whole industry context. We look at suppliers, customers, new competition, and we try to find these situations where we have monopolistic situations and pricing power. An example is Deutsche Börse, which is a German stock exchange. And this company has exhibited over the last few years a very good industry positioning, because if you're a bank, you're actually selling money, which is not very differentiated. Whereas if you're a stock operator, you are the place where people come and trade, and you have very few competitors and much more pricing power. And over time, this financial stock has done a lot better than other banks in the market, and this is one of the companies that we still favor.
Okay, thank you.